You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Adam Wood, your host for Ghostfire Media. We're here at the Guitar Addict TNT series. We're in season 3 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They just wrapped up practice and we're underneath qualifying. So let's go out there and look and see what Stephen Dominy's doing. So we got actually a large field out here tonight. We got plenty of people. Our resident Ghostfire Media host for Thursday nights is now racing, Randy Pepper. He is out there tonight. He's going to give it his first shot out there for this third season. As everybody knows, the Cup regulars and the Sportsman regulars are allowed to drop down into the TNT series for it. There's a lot of different changes that happen over between season 2 and season 3. So that's the biggest change of all is we got new faces here in the TNT series. There's no more provisionals. So what provisionals are is you have, if you can't make it a week, they give you the lowest points of the thing. If there's 25 people show up tonight, you'll get 26th place in points. So at least you'll have it. But this season, there is no more provisionals. It's a lot longer, and you get 5 drop weeks. So that's the gameisms for this third season of the AOL Guitar Addict TNT series. So as we're looking here, we'll swap it over. We got Josh Laston. Josh Laston just took over the pole spot right now. His last was a 31.59. Stephen Dominy's in second spot with a 31.70. So Josh Laston came out there with 0.2 faster than most. So let's run through and let's see. Randy Pepper. I talked to him before. He couldn't get his VR to work, so he didn't know if he's going to be able to run. He comes out right now. He's 4th fastest on the field. Carl Henderson's out there running. He got his lap time in. He is taking over the second spot. He just finished his second lap there. He's slowing down the apron. Brandon Bernhardt, last week's winner, coming off of his very first win in the AOL series as a whole. So he's out there trying to put down a lap right now. He's currently 7th. Let's see if his second lap's any better. Puts him in 4th spot. So he bumps up to 4th, moves Randy Pepper down to 5th. I like that car. It's very sharp. Let's see if we can find a little bit of different angles there, a little bit closer of them. It's a very sharp looking Endeavor Racing Huskers. So, yeah, Impala SS. I see the series sponsor right there, Guitar Addict. Ooh, Blake Ziti just ran his fastest lap of the night. He came in with a 31.68 to take over third. So that kind of looks like everybody that went through the field. Once the qualifying session's over, I'll be able to go ahead and throw up the results from qualifying. All right. All right, so there's your grid right there. Josh Laston gets the pole with Carl Henderson comes in second. Blake Ziti's in third. Fourth is Stephen Domney. Fifth is Brendan Bernhardt. Sixth is Randy Pepper. Seventh is Kevin Haas. Eighth is John Gordon. Ninth is Christopher Oliver. 10th is Sean Carmody. 11th is Rick Kohler. 12th is Joshua Mays. 13th is Nick Adams. 14th is Mike Wazinski. 15th is David Wright. 16th is Hitman Manzo. 17th is Tom Stevens. Joe Dinsmore and Ed Springer rounds out the last two there. There's a few people that did not actually attempt a qualifying lap or didn't do that, but we have Timothy St. James, Anthony Scrillo, Derek Schilling, Ed Springer's the resident admin, and Art Souza and David DeParis. They did not qualify, but they will be racing tonight. So this is Atlanta Motor Speedway. The weather's 80 degrees outside, 57% humidity, cloudy with 4% wind. So it looks like a really good thing. The track temperature is about 115. So this is your Atlanta configuration as of right now. Next time we come to Atlanta Motor Speedway, it's going to be redone. We're going to go from the 22% baking to the 28% banking. So it's going to be a little bit better, a little bit closer racing. There's going to be less of a track. It'll be a little bit narrower. So it's going to be some good racing. Well, let's kind of roll through here. We got see all the different color schemes here. Get a nice. Got the closed circuit racing on the first row. Stephen Domney with Blake Ziti. Randy Pepper with Brendan Bernhardt. John Gordon with Kevin Haas back there. Let's see. Christopher Oliver. Sean Carmody, the wonderful mellow yellow. Rick Kohler. Joshua Mays. Nick Adams. Mike Wazinski. And Dave right there on your hand side. Hitman Manzo right here. Tom Stevens. I want to see Derek Sheelan's number 87 Gatorade. Timothy St. Jean back there, another guitar addict. Right now I'm not seeing Anthony Scrillo or Art Sousa on the grid. So pace car lights are off. They're rounding through 3 and 4 right now. The pace car is going to be pulling off. Josh Laston will be waiting till that green flag drop to take off and lead this field to the green flag. Green flag's out there. Josh Laston gets a good jump. Carl Henderson is right there on his door. He did not let him get out there at all. He's side by side. The low line's going to prevail going off of turn 1. Josh Laston will lead coming out of turn 2. Carl Henderson's trailing down the back straightaway. It looks like where everybody looks single file for the most part. We got a good battle right here, though. Stephen Dominic and Brendan Bernhardt. Coming out of turn 3 and 4. Stephen Dominique trails Brennan Bernhardt by 1 car length. Right now it looks like to be about a 7-car breakaway. All up to Christopher Oliver, and back there Sean Carmody is falling back just a little bit. He's trying to stay within the draft of Christopher Oliver to give that straightaway speeds for these ARCA cars. Right now we got wonderful 18 Josh Laston still out there. He's got about a half a second gap right now over his teammate Carl Henderson. I mean, that's a good buffer right there to have. You got your teammate in the mirror, you know that he wants to win, but he's also not going to hopefully do anything to disrupt your car. And Blake Ziti, the pasta man himself, he's a first-time father. He had his kid earlier in the week, and he's out here already racing. I know my wife would be killing me if I'm already out here racing right afterwards, but must have a very understanding and forgiving wife to let him out here right after the birth of his first son. So good to see him out here, though. He wasn't out there last night, the Bristol Dirt Race here in the AOLL Sportsman Series. But he's out here, though, for running for the Season 3 point standings and overall season for 2021. Right now everybody's kind of stretched out. We have lots of room up here. There's one battle right now. Looks to be Nick Adams and Randy Pepper. Closest battle on the track right now is these two guys right now. Randy Pepper's running a little bit high line trying to save his tires, though, so it looks like. And Nick Adams is using that draft to stay right there on him. Nick Adams is side by side with Randy Pepper off at turn 2. They're going on the back straightaway. He's going to try and see if he can side draft him here, slow him down going on the back straightaway. Is unable to. He slides down, takes the very low line on the apron. But Randy Pepper is in the preferred line on the outside, getting a huge run there off the top, and will clear him going through this tri-oval right now. We're riding on board here with Nick Adams. Let's see what it looks like here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Nick had to get out of it. He got a little loose there coming off of turn 4 there. Went to the grass, and Randy Pepper smacks the outside wall right there. Back here to the front with our leaders. Right now we still have about the gap has not gotten any bigger. So right now Josh Laston still has about just a little over 4/10 of the lead over Carl Henderson's teammate. Blake Ziti sitting about 1.2 seconds back from the leader right now. They're all comfortable just sitting there running the laps, getting the rhythm in, trying to get a lot of these laps knocked down. We're on lap 9, about to be lap 10 of 80. So right now we're caution free. We got John Gordon right now on pit road. Let's see what's going on. Actually, no, it's 19th place. That's Randy Pepper. He's in there. I thought he was. Gotta change his track map. I like the numbers. There you go. So, let's see. looks like a good battle right here with Kevin Haas. So we got Kevin Haas, Brendan Bernhardt, and Christopher Oliver. They're all bottled up right there. Kevin Haas has moved up 3 spots since the race started. Christopher Oliver has moved up 4. The biggest move right now, though, is Derek Schilling. He's moved up 10 spots. He started 20th. He's up to 10th place right now. Man is on a move. Brandon Bernhardt got a great run right there. He's going to look to the inside. Christopher Oliver going in turn 3, door to door with him. He takes the low line. Once again, though, Christopher Oliver is on the preferred line on the outside, so he's going to have the momentum coming off the corner. I don't think Brandon Bernhardt's going to be able to clear him. He's going to have to run side by side. He's going to try to side draft him if possible right there to try to slow the car down, so whenever he gets into turn 1, he has a little bit of extra momentum going in. Because that outside line just gives you so much extra speed going on these straightaways here that it's hard to clear him coming off if there's nobody behind you to give you a little bit of push. He's going to have to fall back in. He's going to have to try and see if he can get by him on the outside. I'm not seeing this low line work for anybody here tonight, unless you have some type of teammate pushing you, both on the front stretch and the back stretch whenever you make that move. Because without having a teammate to give you a little bit of drafting boost on either speedway, you're not going to get the momentum that you need to pass somebody right here on the low line. Especially with 14 lap old tires. I mean, maybe whenever we were within the first 5 laps when the tire grip is king, but after so many laps are in your tires, I mean, the fall off is dramatic, and that low line just does not work to make it a passing line. Tuesday night in the IVRL butt kicker series, we were wreck happened at lap 13 and went in and grabbed fresh tires. I think there's just a few other people. Started almost dead last round, 20th, and just drove through the field. I mean, it was like a nervous, because I mean, I was so much quicker, about 1.5, 2 seconds a lap quicker than everybody else. You know, I was picking them off 1 or 2 people in a corner at a time. I mean, you get such a huge launch there on the bottom that you can actually make the clean tires work, but old tires, you cannot make them work for that long run speed to have the passing speed on the inside line. You want to be on the outside, so Brendan Bernhardt's trying to make that work. Christopher Oliver keeps going down low, which giving Brendan Bernhardt a little bit more speed there coming off the corners to catch up to him. He's trying to be, he's almost there. Christopher Oliver almost left that door open there for Brendan Bernhardt to stick his fender in there. Will he do it? He's left it open. Brendan Bernhardt will go to the outside here, going into turn 1, I believe. No, he cuts him off right there. He cuts that momentum off from Brendan Bernhardt. Will not let him take that high line going in the corner. So Brendan Bernhardt jumps to the bottom to see if he can make it work. It will not work. Jumps back in line, gets that draft, and starts to hunt all over again. Meanwhile, Kevin Haas moves up past his Blake Ziti for second or for third spot there, coming out of turn 4. We got Carl Henderson has closed that gap. He is down within 1/10 of a second between his teammate Josh Laston here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Josh Laston's had the draft this whole entire time a little bit, and he's able to save some fuel riding behind Josh Laston. He's able to conserve the tires a little bit more. He's getting a little bit more speed. So let's see if being in the second spot is a little bit better than being the leader right now.
Yeah, they're running really tight together up there. Those guys started out together, and they pretty much just stayed there together. We'll have to watch and see if they can keep away from everybody.
Yeah, well, there's Randy Pepper here to join me. Short-lived night. VR life was not good to him. Did not work, so he.
No, yeah, the VR didn't work. Yeah, VR did not work. So, oh well.
So it looks
yeah,
like We got Tom Stevens up there with fresh tires, and you can see right now, fresh tires. He's able to just drop to that bottom lane and just blow the doors off of Josh last, and like he's just sitting still. So, fresh tires means a lot here, no matter what series you run here in Atlanta.
The thing is, the car is so loose on new tires. It is. I'm actually surprised that Stevens has actually been able to do that, to catch up to them that easily and keep the car under control as easy as he has, because the car is just super loose.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about throttle control here. I mean, you don't light up completely, but you're able to back off just like 20-30% to let your car kind of rotate without, coming completely around. But you're also, not giving up too much speed there on the bottom lane with the looser car to get around the leader here to get his lap back after pitting under green.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see how long it takes these guys to pit. It's like I think they're going to pit before long, I would think.
So we have some passes here. We got Sean Carmody. He just drove through the number 14 of Christopher Oliver and Brandon Bernhardt kind of to take over 5th spot. So he was able to drive through this field, and the next person he's got his eyes set on is his teammate Blake Z there for 4th. As we say that, Brandon Bernhardt decides he wants to take that outside lane over for Christopher Oliver and finally get by him. He's been held up behind him for quite a few laps now, so he's able to clear him, follow in Sean Carmody's footsteps, and starts to pull away from Christopher Oliver.
That outside line works a lot better. It hooked up out on the outside for sure. And Sean, I was running behind him when I went out, and he was just kind of hanging back there, minding his own time. And I could see that he was just kind of finding his line, because he did join the session a little later than some of the other people. And he's definitely coming into his own. I'm sure we'll see him up near the front before the end of this race is done.
Yeah, we have a good battle back with Dave Wright, Hitman, Tim St. Jean, and Rick Kohler. Rick Kohler's kind of joining this 3-car battle. He's about a second and a half off of him, but he's coming there really hot. And Dave Wright, he's holding his own up there. Hitman Phil Manzo right now is running the middle line. Dave is running the middle of the high line. And Tim St. Jean's running a low line. He's doing whatever he can. He's right on the back bumper of Phil.
Yeah, they're right there. All the three of them are tight together, just running around. And they're about to. Rick's looks like he's going to join that battle soon too.
Yeah, Tim St. Jean right there. It looks like he jumps to the bottom to the tri-oval. He gets past Phil. I mean, he must have had a heck of a run coming up forward to be able to make that pass.
Yeah, he definitely did. And that's kind of rare. I mean, running out there, me and Nick Adams were running next to each other for a while, and it was super hard for him to get around me as I was on the outside. The outside groove was just a lot faster than the inside, so that's kind of surprising to see St. Jean get such a good run down on that bottom.
Yeah, he's doing it right. Doing it again coming off of turn 4. I mean, I wonder if he's kind of baby his tires for the first 20 laps or so here, and now decided that, hey, it's time to go, because he just did it again. He made another pass on the inside of Dave Wright, and Phil Manzo.
That's his MO, man. That is his MO. That is Tim St. Jean. That's why we got him riding the Guitar Addict car, because he is a man that is a master of saving tires. He will sit there and just kind of mind his own time, and then he will go. Kind of the same way that Sean Comedy's did. Same thing. He just kind of waited his time, and now he's going.
Yeah. So we'll jump back here to the leaders. Carl Henderson has closed that gap. I mean, he's staying right there within 1 to 2 tenths of him, and it's not letting up. He's ensuring that he's pushing Josh to the limit, so Josh can't save anything.
And Josh said that he thought Carl was actually better at this track than he was, but Josh is doing a heck of a job right now. It looks like Carl may be looking, maybe try to get around him.
Yeah, I mean, you either use that draft to your advantage, save a little bit of gas, few mileage race, able to clutch it, going in the corners or let off a little bit, using that draft, and then pressure Josh to make him use up his equipment a little bit more.
It's definitely what it looks like he's doing. He keeps sneaking a peek down on the bottom of the track. Maybe just
Playing some mind games.
yeah, that's what I think he's playing mind games with us. It sure seems that way to me watching him. They've got a pretty good lead over third place, Kevin Haas. And as we're saying that, Sean Comedy is he's coming.
Yeah, he's got about a little over 5.5 second gap between these guys up here, but he's moving them forward. There goes Carl Henderson. He gets a heck of a run there out of turn 4. He drives down to the bottom. They're door-to-door going in turn 1. Carl Henderson has that low line. Does he have the momentum to clear him? Does he do a slide drop off of turn 2? Takes away. Oh, the rear end gets so loose coming off of turn 2.
Whoa. Henderson running that car really hard. He's going to try to get around. He does clear him. He's out in front of him, and he's going to try to get away from his teammate, Josh Lasson. Lasson now has been the first time that he's been behind the 31. Now he's going to have to see what it's like running behind it. He's trying to play the same mind game. He's pulling the car down low and pulling it up, and now he'll run second for the first time.
This is first time in the night that somebody else in this 31 laps here. And lap 31, that's when Carl Henderson takes over the lead. That's a good mantra right there. He decided, hey, that's my time. I'm car 31. Let's go to the lead on lap 31. Good plan there, Carl.
Well, we kind of, the way Josh talked about him, I guess he just was watching the lap counter and said, yeah, that's it. Time to go.
And most definitely, now it's Josh's time to see what his car is going to be like in that dirty air. Sitting back there in second spot, maybe he can kind of cool down his tires, conserve it a little bit, and try to tack them here in the next coming laps.
I think Carl was sitting there minding his time. I think Carl will probably pull away here from him for a little bit. I mean, he's already clearing. He's definitely got a bigger lead on Josh than Josh had on him. So I think Carl actually was playing a little mind games like we thought he was.
Yeah, we got a good battle right now back for 6th through 8th. We got Blake Ziti, Christopher Oliver, and Stephen Domney. Stephen Domney dropped back just a little bit, but now he's pulling it back through. He lost 4 spots on this start, but he's coming back through. He's on the rear bumper. They have a great battle. One's running high, one's running middle, one's running low. All trying to find that clean air in these corners.
Yeah, the 26 definitely Domney is looking to try to get around both of them. It looks like he's got he almost got into him a little bit there just a second ago.
Yeah, these guys are running pretty hard right now. Trying to get everything they can. Do you by chance know the fuel windows here for everybody?
I'm going to say, I did not do a fuel run, but I'm going to estimate probably somewhere in the 40 to 43 range.
Okay. So we're coming to lap 34 here of 80. So if we're doing that, that's probably about a one-stop race and almost fuel mileage might come into play.
I think there's going to be more tires than fuel on this one, because those tires go away quick. Man, that's a battle back there with those guys. They are really battling big time.
Yeah, Derek Sheeling came up into it.
Side.
Derek Sheeling made it a 4-car race now. He's underneath Stephen Domney right now. He's trying to make it stick. He got a loose like crazy going off of turn 4. He had to drop it down, back it out of it so he wouldn't go around. But yeah, aerodynamics working a little bit different against him there on that bottom line.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing Derek Schilling in that Gatorade colored car. Usually we see him in that kind of rainbow colored car that he runs in the IVRL, and he does run in the Cup. So this is different.
And he's got his Truck Series truck that just looks like his Cup Series car too.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Got the exact same font and everything. So it's a little bit different for him, but I like it.
I like this paint scheme. When I was out there running with him, I didn't even realize it was him.
Yeah. We got looks like Joshua Mays just came off of pit road. Rick Kohler's in the pit lane right now. We got Kevin Haas, and we got a lot of pit action right now. Kevin Haas is in there. So these guys are jumping in the pit road, getting some full fresh tires, some good old Sunoco fuel here for these guys. Let's see. Wonder when this mid-pack race here, who's going to be the first taker? Because you're sitting back there, Nick Adams. He just joined in right now. He's got 4 fresh tires. You can see exactly what's happening on him. I mean, he's running away from these guys right now. Nick Adams ran a, let's see, last lap was a 32 second, whereas these guys are running 35 seconds. So he's about a 2-second lap faster than these guys, and it's showing him on the track right now.
I'm sure that Nick had to probably go in a little sooner than he would want to. Nick is one of these guys that he drives a car. He doesn't. As soon as he gets in the car, he's go. He doesn't save anything. He's a go guy, and I'm sure his tires went away a lot sooner than like his teammates' tires went away. Although we see Josh Lassen is off.
So let's see.
He's on.
We got Josh Laston coming in. So that 1 second, 1 lap ahead will net him 1 to 2 seconds over Carl Henderson. So let's see, how long does Carl Henderson stay out? Does he try to make it a full fuel run, or does he come in the next lap or two?
I think he's got to come in. I don't think he can wait. I think he has to come in now.
He's on pit road. So that leaves Brandon Bernhardt. Brandon Bernhardt will take over the lead right here, going across the line.
Brandon getting those valuable bonus points for leading laps.
We got a Blake Ziti still out there. Derek Sherman, Stephen Dominic, Timothy St. Jean. What if these guys are hoping for a caution? Let these fast guys up front go a lap down here.
Actually, really surprised that we haven't had a caution. I really thought we would have had one. I thought I was going to be the caution. But unfortunately, it didn't come out that way. I actually, the car hit the inside wall and it was toast. I said, that's enough.
So
I can't see a thing.
Yeah, and sadly, we were on Nick Adams when that happened. We were on the in-car cockpit of that, so we got to see that head on. I don't think it was a commentator's curse, but you were shown.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that very much, Adam.
I mean, it was a good battle between you and Nick right there, so I had a pan to it.
And I looked back, was kind of looked back in the mirror, and I said, where did Nick go? And then, bam, I was in the wall.
Yeah, he had to go mow the lawn, so that's what happened. Nick went to mow the lawn. You got distracted by him mowing the lawn. And,
I did.
So we got the next.
So blame it on Nick.
Next few people here, we got Blake Ziti, Stephen Domini, Phil Manzo, and John Gord. They all went in pit road this time, so they're all going out there. Right now, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people have not pitted, and Josh Laston was already able to unlap himself. So Carl Henderson's right now doing the same as of right now, because Brendan Bernhardt peels off, going into pit road right now to go get his 4 fresh set of tires and some Sunoco fuel.
So we'll recycle the field here momentarily after everybody does pit, and then we'll reset them back up and figure out who's running where after. Oh, somebody just, who was that? It just nearly lost it coming into pit road. Is that the 56, I believe that was?
Yes, Joshua Mays is back in there. I wonder if he had a speeding violation because he's having to come back in there again. He's already pitted once, I believe. So we got Sean Carmody. He just unlapped himself, so Derek's up there. Timothy St. Jean takes over the lead just briefly right there. Gets a bonus point right there for leading a lap. He took it over for Timothy from Derek Sheeling. So they still have to pit. So they're trying to run this thing completely out of fuel, and they're going to do a complete fuel run. So
if they do that, the 44, 45 laps, maybe a little bit more. It's halfway.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've already run 45 of 80. You're good for every green white checker that you can get. So, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of right now. When we're a caution-free race, if we go green all the way to the end and something happens on the second last lap and we have to do a whole bunch of green white checkers. Oh, and as I say that, Derek Sheeling goes into the wall right there coming out of turn 2. I wonder if this is going to force him to go into pit road now.
He's going to have to, yeah. That right side's probably got a little sheet metal damage, and it's probably going to slow him down quite a bit.
There he goes, our race leader, or actually he was in second place at the time. He dives in the pit road. So now we only have 2 other cars. We got David Wright and Timothy St. Jean that still has not pitted.
We'll wait for them to pit here shortly. I don't know how many. They can't be going very many more laps. I mean, not the tires, but the cars are going to be running dry by now, I would think.
Yeah, right now we have, I'm looking through the pit road action here and everybody's pit times. Right now, Josh Laston had the quickest pit road entry and everything at 44 seconds and 40.4. The second closest one to that one was Carl Henderson. After that, probably about a second and a half off of them. So those two have mastered the pit road entry and exit here for Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Those guys do a lot of practicing during the week, so that does not surprise me one bit. I mean, they're one of the few teams that actually, they don't show up just at the track to race. They actually practice these races prior to showing up on race night. I mean, like me, I show up that night. Well, usually I'll run a few laps prior, but a lot of guys just show up. So,
yeah, right now we have Josh Laston has quite a bit of a gap right now over going to be the second place of Carl Henderson when this pit cycle goes all the way through. Of Carl Henderson, he has a 3-second gap from that one pit stop.
Wow.
So that's I think they 1 lap apart, and Josh Laston was in second spot, trailing Carl Henderson going in that pit stop. And by coming out 1 lap sooner, he has a 3-second gap. Like I said, tires are king here at Atlanta. It's a very abrasive surface and really destroys any tires that hit seats, even after 1 lap.
I'm still shocked that St. Jean and Wright are still out there running. I thought for sure they would have already come in and got, some new tires and some gas and stuff. But no, they haven't. It's kind of shocking to me.
So, I mean, and then you see Derek Sheeling stayed out there for a long time compared to Josh Laston. I mean, their pit stops were quite a bit away. And we see Derek Sheeling able to just drive past Josh Laston here and drive away from him. He unlaps himself, but, I mean, he's 32 seconds back now. So I don't think he's going to gain that 32 seconds that he lost there for pitting late, though.
No. Adam, did you think this race would go green this long?
We were hoping for it after last week's Daytona Speedway. I mean, that night took forever. Loads of cautions, unneeded. And we're glad to actually have a green flag race here. We're 51 of 80 right now. I knock on myself, knock on wood, and hopefully we'll go green to the end here. And let a race play out. I mean, I like to see a long run race like this not interrupted with a AKA Blake caution.
Oh boy. Poor Blake. He'll never live that down, I guess.
There's many things that will never live down in every league that we broadcast for. There's always those set things that we have to always bring up. Awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
And I cannot wait. We'll soon, Monday night, will be our first broadcast of the Fuel Series. We're going to do their all-star race. It's going to be a great time to start knowing these guys and broadcasting for somebody else, and start to get some of these quotes and fun little quips to talk about for the Fuel Series. Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget about the charity race that is being run this weekend as well. We're doing a charity race, and I wish I had my paper in front of me. I could tell you more about it, but that is this weekend. And I heard that Carl Henderson, who's putting the whole race together, has got some things up his sleeve. Actually, I ran some testing with it. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So if you haven't entered that race, it's only $5 to enter the race. If you want to give a little more for the charity to help these kids that are abused children,
please go ahead and do that. It'd be a great thing to do. But this race is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to run this race this weekend.
All right, so as we were talking, Timothy St. Jean still has not pitted and just got passed by the race leader, Josh Laston. So that tells a lot right now of how much tires are is huge here. They were able to pit and then drive right by him without messing up. I think he drove and got his 30 seconds back because he came out almost a lap down and was able to drive right past him. So he gained 30 seconds on Timothy St. Jean due to old tires. And
Wow.
As we're saying that, Carl Henderson has cut the race lead down from 3 seconds down to 1.3 seconds. So Carl Henderson is coming.
I wonder if St. Jean thinks that this thing can go, if he can make it with one tank. I don't think you can. There's no way you can go that many laps, 80 laps on one tank. There's no way.
I mean, as you're seeing, he's going to start dropping like a rock here. I mean, his last lap was a 34.41, and these guys are running 33 flat. So, I mean, he's a second and a half off the pace almost of everybody. So, I mean, he's going to just start slowly trailing back. Kevin Haas will catch him the next lap or two. And then from there, Sean Carmody's a little bit further back. He's another 10 seconds back, but that's just about 5 laps. And he'll have him taken care of. So, I mean, he's going to fall back. I mean, we got 24 laps to go.
So maybe he will wait for 20 laps to go. He'll pit. Maybe he thinks he can pit and have enough on the tires that he can actually catch everybody. I don't know.
I mean, I think the only strategy he has right now is somebody throws a caution. He's sitting in third. Everybody's going to come back and get 4 fresh tires. Nobody's going to stay out there on the old tires. So, I mean, that's the only strategy that can be in play right now for Timothy St. Jean is a phantom caution here in the TNT series to come out.
Yeah, we're wondering if that's going to happen or what. I'm like I said, I'm actually shocked that we have not seen a caution this whole race. But it's awesome to see these guys actually run Atlanta Motor Speedway and be this tough and no cautions.
And Kevin Haas just got by him.
Yeah, I see that. He passed him.
Trying to see where the actual track is. Let's look back at John Gordon here. He just got past David DeParis there for 13th place. David DeParis, though, I mean, he's putting on some pressure right now. He gets a heck of a run to the center there. John Gordon floats up and flirts with the wall there coming off of turn 4. David DeParis will drop it low and clear him going to the tri-oval and take over that spot. So now move David DeParis up to 13th. That's 9 places from the start of this race. He's moved up quite a bit.
A great run by him, actually doing a great job in that number 86. He got around Gordon very cleanly, and good racing by him.
Yeah, see, we got right ahead of them. We have the 56 of Joshua Mays, who's a 1 lap down, catching up to Timothy St. Jean. And then David DeParis is right there on the back bumper.
Yeah, he's right there back behind him. So he's still falling, but 20 laps to go. By the way, that race I was talking about, Ghostfire Media presents the Race for Kids. That's July 10th. It starts at 5 p.m. And it's benefiting Zoe's Place, Child Activacy Center. So these are battered kids, and I'd like to thank Larry Patrick for all his help in that one as well. So if you want to race in that, if you're in another league or you're watching this later and you'd like to join us on Saturday, come on and race with us at 5 p.m. And it's a $5 entry, and all that goes to help the kids. And like we said, if you got a little extra, come on, put a little extra in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun time. We'll talk about it more tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the podcast that we're going to have. So we'll talk a lot more about this wonderful event that Ghostfire Media is hosting on Saturday night. So, and if you can't make it, go ahead and just make a general donation to this place. It's great charity. We're trying to help them out, and quite a few members are already doing it. So like I said, if you're listening to this broadcast right now, you're eligible to race with us. Come out, have fun.
Everybody. It doesn't matter if you run in this league or you run in IVRL, you run in Fuel, if you run in Rebel Racing, whatever you race in, and you want to race with us that night, come on, join us at 5 p.m. We'd love to have you. It's going to be a fun race. Now, there are some twists and turns into this race, this may not. It's not your ordinary race, but it's going to be a lot of fun to do it. Trust me.
Yeah, we have Timothy St. Jean finally pitted on that last lap. He just came out of pit road right now. He's going to be coming out of turn 2 right now. So he just left pit road. So he is now 1 lap down in the 14th. So he got roughly around 60 plus laps there on that tank of fuel. So he didn't have enough to go to the end. I don't think he could stretch it to the extra 16 laps.
I really didn't think there was that much gas in that tank, but wow. That's pretty amazing. So now we've got to watch him, see if he can come back and pass all those guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have the freshest tires out there. I mean, he's going to be able to do it. Right now, I'm looking at Blake Zede and Christopher Oliver. Christopher Oliver is right there on this back bumper. And we'll see if these guys, see how this battle goes.
Yeah, Blake Zede, the new father in the field. We weren't so sure he was going to be here tonight, as he just had a child, I believe it was yesterday, and that was awesome.
Yeah, we got the Pasta Man's up there, and baby Penny is out there. Look at Timothy St. Jean. He had to get it. There, Christopher Oliver had to get out of the gas right there. He saw Timothy St. Jean coming and got a little loose there, so I had to just get out of the draft there and fell quite a bit back. He got about a second off of the pace now from where he was at behind Blake Zede.
Well, that's the thing to watch, is to watch him and see if he does get it running where he can actually catch up and make this a race, between him and those other 2 guys that are so far out in front right now.
Yeah, the last week's winner, Brendan Bernhardt, right now. He's sitting in 4th spot, looking good tonight. He just passes the lap car of Tom Stevens right now. He's got his eyes set on Kevin Haas, but Kevin Haas is 9 seconds ahead of him. So, I mean, he has to do a lot. Ooh, Mike Wazinski, I mean, just makes an abrupt turn right in front of them in the middle of 1 and 2 and drops down to the apron.
Yeah, what happened? I don't know what happened to him. He must have hit that wall and damaged that car.
Just abrupt left-hand turn in the middle of the corner and drops it down to the apron, gets off the track.
But Brandon Bernhardt's just by himself, is running his own race out there for sure.
Yeah, Josh Laston, the gap has dropped down in half. We have a 7/10 of a gap. We have 12 laps to go. Can Carl Henderson reel down Josh Laston? And if he does, will he be able to pass him? Find the right line. He was able to do it prior.
I think he will. I think Josh will play mind games with him once again. I believe he'll get around him if he does catch him. And he's coming. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, we dropped down to 4/10 right there. It was 7/10. We're down to 4/10. Will it be enough?
Well, 11 laps to go, so I think there's enough time. I think he can do it. I think Carl has made up so much ground on him, and you see how he drives that car in the lower end of the track. He gets down to the bottom of the track, looking for every inch to try to catch him.
Yeah, he's down to 2/10 of a gap right now. As we head down the back straightaway, he has the perfect drafting opportunity right now. He's able to suck up to that rear bumper. Oh, that's where he gains right there. As you can see it plain as day here on this broadcast. I'm on the gearbox. I mean, you can just see it.
Yeah, Josh is going to have a trunk full of Carl there for just a little while, and I believe Carl is going to make it around here soon. So with just 9 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT Series, we are winding down the laps, and we've got Josh Lashley leading, but Carl Henderson is right behind him and looking to try to get around him.
We'll throw a little monkey wrench here. We got a lap car with fresh tires here.
No, I saw that.
Of Dave Wright coming through, which is putting Carl Henderson out of the line he wants to run. With 8 laps to go.
He's got to be livid right now. I mean, Carl's just got.
If I was Carl, that's what I'm doing right there. Use him as a pick, draft down the back straightaway, hit by him. There he goes. He's able to clear him. Will Josh be able to do the same to him?
Unbelievable. So the pick comes in. I mean, he was probably super mad when he first saw him, and then he realized how fast he was and said, hey, I can use this guy as a pick. That was awesome. So Josh Lashton now is the predator trying to get around the prey up there. So,
I mean, Carl Henderson showing his speed. He was only pitted 1 lap after him. I know tires mean a lot here, but with that 1 lap of difference equal that 3-second gap plus what he's just able to do right now.
So we'll have to see what he's going to do. I mean, once again, you know, it looks like Carl is doing the same thing he did before. Once he got around Laston, he's able to pull away.
Yeah, I think Carl's able on these old tires to run that center, from center off. He gets a great run compared to Josh. I'm not sure if Josh is just diving in a little bit too much where he's giving up his corner exit speed. But that's where Carl Henderson right now is able to just dominate him right now and make up that huge gains.
Yeah. Amazing to see how close these guys have run together and just giving all the room they can. I wonder if they're on the radio talking to each other about, you know, stay clear of me, don't wreck me, whatever, you know.
Yeah, we got some good battles back here. We got Rick Kohler catching up to David, actually Nick Adams there. So David Appears with all fresh tires back there trying to come through. I mean, there's great battles all over the track here, and we've gone 76 laps here with 0 cautions. I mean, these guys are having a great night. Stephen Domney stays up high, out of the way, able to let these guys get by.
4 laps remaining. Unbelievable, this many laps and no cautions. That's a great job by every one of these drivers. Is doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, exactly. These guys have put in the work, and it shows. I mean, after last week, everybody's like, I don't want to be that guy. So they're out there. We have 9 cars on the lead lap right now with 3 laps to go. Stephen Domney was the last one. He was in 10th place. He's the one with 1 lap down. So if anything happens right now, he would be the lucky dog to be able to get back around, get 4 fresh set of tires, and be back in the lead lap at the end of the pack. But right now, I mean, we got, let's see, Derek Sheeling and Sean Carmody. That's the closest battle outside of the race lead right now. So trying to find some action on the track for everybody outside of what's going on up here when we got 2 laps to go, because this one starts to get dicey. Everybody else trying to get that extra spot, but right now everybody's kind of faded out a little bit.
Yeah, they have. They've all kind of separated themselves, kind of running that conga line around the Atlanta Motor Speedway, as Carl Henderson is just minding his time, going his P's and Q's around the track, kind of trying to win this race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. All by himself, Josh Lashley trying to reel him in, but I think this is the last lap. If he's going to do anything, it's got to be now, but I don't think there's anything he can do.
Yeah,
so
Carl's going to have to do something, have a huge major mistake. I mean, or Kyle Larson there going for 4 in a row, and his tire blows going into turn 3 at Pocono. Something like that, but it doesn't look like it. Carl Henderson will cross the line as there's a huge wreck in front of him. Phil Manzo and Dave Wright right there. The wreck that nobody want to see happens right there as the leader crosses the line to win the race.
Wow. They finally wrecked right there after the race. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
They are actually still on the lap, but unfortunately the checkered flag has already come out. So
yeah. Those two were still racing. They still have one more lap to go. They were coming to the white flag right there. I'm not sure if it was Dave Wright with the fresh tires or what happened. But we'll check in here. We got the race results pulled up right now. Let's go ahead and go through that as we watch Carl Henderson get another win and his closed circuit racing guys come up and congratulate him. Ooh, Joshua Mays.
almost ran into him.
Yeah.
Wow. That was. Oh boy. I'm a little behind you, by the way, just to let you know. So
we got
because once you leave the race, you can't get in. So
gotcha. So right now we got Carl Henderson wins the race. Josh Laston in second. Kevin Haas is in third. Brendan Bernhardt's in fourth. Blake Zede's in fifth. Derek Schilling is in sixth. Seventh is Sean Carmody. Eighth is Christopher Oliver. Ninth is Hitman Manzo. 10th is Stephen Dominy.
11th was Tim St. Jean. The 12th was Rick Kohler. 13th was David Paris. Then it was John Gordon, the 19. And Tom Stevens rounded up at 15. 16th went to David Wright. 17th to Joshua Mays. And then it was Nick Adams running 18th. 19th went to Mike Wazinski. 20th went to Randy Pepper. 20th went to 21st went to nobody, or I think Anthony Scarello and Art Souza will round out the end of the field.
That's it. Let's go ahead and get a good shot here of our race winner. Let's see what's that. Trying to find a really good picture. There we go, right there. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and bring up our race winner, Carl Henderson. Hey, Carl, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Man, you put on a heck of a show there. Congratulations. Getting by your teammate there with about 8 laps or so to go. How's it feel to get your first win here in season 3?
And it feels great. I thought this was Josh's race to win for sure. He was so good here a few weeks ago last season, and hang on, I expected him to be better. He was so much better than me, and he. I'm really sorry about that. There was everybody talking. So yeah, he was faster than I was last time, and I didn't think I'd have much for him because he was so good on long runs last time. But long runs where I did really well tonight. He absolutely killed me on that pit stop. I mean, I checked up way too early, and he got like a 3-second lead there. But I just kept working at it and fought to get it back.
Carl, Josh actually said earlier he thought you were probably the man to beat if he could win. So you kind of proved him right in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like I said, last season, I had a lot of short run speed. Like on that first start, I was right behind Josh, and then my tires just fell off. And I mean, I think I fell back to like 7th or 8th before even the first pit cycle. So I spent a lot of time practicing long runs and trying to conserve my tires. And it seems like it paid off.
Let me ask you a question here. Did you miss me not able to lap me and stuff? Did you miss not getting to lap me?
I was really looking forward to it. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think you qualified pretty well, didn't you? You were like 7th or something.
Actually 5th, I think 5th or 6th.
So, I mean, if you had your VR working, I think you could have been up there with us.
I would hope so, but no, man, you guys were so fast. Are you surprised you went completely green the whole race?
To be honest, I am. We didn't go green the entire race last time, I don't think, but I think there was just one caution, maybe 2 cautions. But the weather this time was so much different. The track was way hotter, and the car, typically on long runs, these cars start getting tight. And what I noticed here, when the track was hot, the car was getting really loose and wanting to spin on you on corner exit. The older the tires got, so it was. I was expecting there to be a lot of cautions, to be honest, but everyone kept it clean, and it was a really fun race.
Yeah, with 20 drivers, I thought for sure you'd have a caution.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Look, I mean, I think a lot of times, we've talked about this phenomenon before, where it's like, sometimes if the track's harder to drive, a lot of times we have less cautions because you think guys are just being very conservative and not overdriving their cars.
Yeah, I mean, Hot Atlanta, that's a nickname this thing gets. I mean, it's once you throw a lot of heat in this track, it chews up tires and makes it slick. We saw quite a few people coming off of turn 2, and they lost it. I think Christopher Oliver was one of them. Brendan Barnhart did it once. Timothy St. Jean did it once, I believe. I mean, we saw quite a few people, have that mistake, and it just takes away so much momentum because, I mean, this is a huge track. You got to have a great run. And while we were looking at you, I mean, you look like you had a better center off than Josh, and that's where you just ate him up at lap after lap.
Yeah, especially on the older tires, I think I maybe was doing a slightly better job of conserving. If it had been all short runs, I think this would have been Josh's race to lose. But I mean, I was just kind of, letting up early, rolling through the center, and then getting on the gas a little bit earlier than he was, and that, kind of launched me off on corner exit.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if, he was, driving in the corner just a little bit deeper than you, and you were letting off a little bit sooner so you can get that corner exit speed. Because, I mean, that's the momentum here. I mean, you don't have high horsepower, so you're not, really pulling that much, but every little inch helps of starting that throttle before your competitor is.
Well, yeah, I honestly, I mean, that last run, I didn't think I'd be able to catch him because, with like 7 laps, maybe 10 laps ago, I was like a second behind, a little bit over a second, and all I wanted to do was just catch just a little whiff of that draft, which, I need to really get into within a second for that. And then once I kind of, finally caught that draft, I was, able to, gain a lot of ground in the straightaways and then was able to get around them eventually.
So what did you think when you saw Dave Wright enter the mix with about 5 laps to go there?
Yeah, he had fresher tires, and I had already, I talked to Josh. I was like, hey, man, we probably should just let David by. And he's like, well, let's just, go one more corner, let him get a little bit closer. And then he just kind of showed up there and, said that he wanted to, go by. And I understood that. I mean, he was trying to get his lap back. It kind of forced me a lot higher than I wanted to. But I mean, it is what it is. And I think, it slowed me down a little bit, but it also slowed Josh down just a hair. So, yeah, it was a little scary though, but he kept it straight and kept it clean. So, good on him for that.
I mean, we were talking up here in the booth where like at first, like, oh no, there's a lap car coming in. Carl's having to run such a high line right there to give him plenty of space just to make sure everything's kosher coming out of the corner. But you get a great run and then you dove down and you used Dave's draft, which was a lot faster than Josh's. You used him as a pick basically to get by Josh there. Do you think you would be able to actually pass Josh if that wouldn't have happened? Because it's difficult to pass.
Yeah, it was almost like a reverse pick, right? Because he wasn't slowing Josh down; he was making me faster. But it's hard to say. I mean, there wasn't a lot of time left. I think that was like 5 laps ago. If it had been 10 laps ago, I think I would have gotten around Josh without any help. But with 5 to go, it would have been tough. But you're talking about things that scared me. What scared me was that wreck at the end at the start-finish line because caution didn't come out. So I was just like trying to, I was kind of looking for a hole, and I just had a gun the entire way, and I was just praying.
But hey, before you go, we want to say congratulations on timing your first pass on Josh to lead your first lap on lap 31.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's something.
You didn't realize that?
Not a clue.
Yeah. I thought you made it. It almost looked like it was perfect timing. We figured, oh, I'm car number 31. Time to lead lap 31.
I'll take it, man. I was feeling pretty good when I took the lead there, but like I said, I screwed it up on the pit, and I really thought my race was over at that point. So, man, I'm just really happy about this finish. It felt good.
And
yeah,
I mean, Josh had a little bit better, not much better of an actual pit road from start to finish, but like you said, he you got a little bit different pit entry, so he won there, but your time on pit road was almost spot on. So, and you guys were the class of the field. You two, everybody else was about a second off of your guys' pit entry and exit there. So congratulations. I know you guys probably practiced that a lot.
Yeah, I feel we've got a lot more intermediates on the schedule this season, so I haven't run well at intermediates last season, so I feel encouraged by this and hopeful that I can kind of translate this over to the other intermediates. And I started the end of last season, started getting pretty strong with short tracks, so I feel a lot better about this season than I did last season. That's for sure.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. We're going to bring up your teammate, Josh Lassens, and talk to him about what his thoughts of the race.
All right, sounds good, guys. Hey, thanks for covering it.
No problem, man. Good job, man.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring up Josh to the booth here. Hey, Josh, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, gentlemen, I do.
Well, congratulations on second place, not the one that you were hoping for after leading so many laps tonight. But if you couldn't win, at least your teammate won, right?
But I also got bonus points and for most laps led and pole and leading a lap, so I know it's at least 3 more than Carl got.
Only you would sit there and figure this whole little thing. Like,
He's already updated his spreadsheet, most likely. If
it's
for
only him.
I have to wait for Dan Lisa to be updated before I can do that.
Oh, but no, man. You were class of the field. You and Carl running great. It looks like he just was able to edge you there on corner exit speed, so he got you from middle off. What were your thoughts on where he was able to capitalize on that 3-second gap that you got on that pit stop?
He did a lot more practice of long runs. The longest I think I did was about 30 laps, and I wasn't overly concerned just because I'm trying to get myself back into the mentality that I had in the first season of I don't need to win every race. I need to be in the top 5.
I gotcha.
And that's how Tim ended up taking the last season. I only had 5 top 5s the entire season.
Were they all wins?
And no, I only had 1 win last season.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
hey, Josh, were you surprised at how long that Tim St. Jean stayed out?
I'm not, because his plan was something that I was kicking around inside of my brain too, of there's got to be a caution. There has to be one.
I mean,
And you know what? There wasn't.
I mean, because you guys pitted what, lap around 40 something. Everybody started to trickle in so they can make it to the end, and he ran it to mid 60s there, and he was hoping within that 20 laps somebody would wreck, and give him that good track position because everybody's going to come back in underneath caution. Nobody's staying out there on the old tires.
No, and that's the big thing. I came in, I'll admit, I was a bad teammate and quite literally didn't tell them I was going in until the very last second.
Of course,
like
man.
turn 4?
Yeah, no, it was quite literally as I was entering 4 is when I told them I was going in. And Carl went a little bit slower on his pit entry, and I knew that the only way I had a chance was to push it as hard as I could and just go for it. And you know what? I have no complaints, especially when your teammate wins and the two of us talk strategy all day and just had a good time.
Man,
Did you guys talk with Nick and the strategy at all, or you just let him go on his own?
I don't think any kind of strategy would have worked for Nick tonight because he kept just running into issues.
I mean, you tell them that Atlanta Motor Speedway has their own lawn keepers. They don't need to come out there mowing the lawn.
I have to tell you this, Josh. I wrecked because I was watching him mow the lawn.
So we're back at Watkins Glen.
Yeah,
and
pretty
he's
much.
just trying to become the lawn keeper of all of NASCAR.
I mean, you have to leave your mark somewhere, I guess, and that's where he's leaving it as a lawn keeper.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they have a reasonable landscaping budget.
But yeah, I mean,
Guys.
it was good to see you out there tonight, man. Back up there running and basically the farthest back once the pit cycle went was second place. So I mean, yeah, you did move back when during pit cycles, waiting for everybody to pit, but overall you were basically in first and second the whole entire night. So I mean, that's got a good motivator going for the rest of this long season here in season 3 to know that you were able to do that on this intermediate.
Well, and that's the big thing is I look at it, how I performed the last season on all the intermediates. I just ran into trouble. And today the goal was stay out of trouble. I don't want the win. Okay, I wanted the win. I just wasn't worried. And you know what? Just go out there, run a clean race, and let the chips fall where they may.
I gotcha. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week and racing here in the TNT series and tomorrow night on the podcast, and then also our charity race on Saturday. And then, are you streaming or are you racing on Sunday night?
I am currently in the cup practice while I'm talking to you guys.
Gotcha.
Just
I know you and Carl
getting my
swap
legs
out,
under
so.
me from in the cup car, because the current gen cup car, I have fun race experience and that's it.
I gotcha. Well, good luck, man. We'll see you on the track here shortly.
Yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Alrighty.
Good job, Josh.
Thank you, sir.
I want to pull up Kevin Haas. He came in third tonight. I think this man deserves to come up here. I haven't been able to interview him yet once at all because I'm always racing against him. I'm not in the broadcast booth with him, so it's good to be able to pull him up here. So let's bring him up. Hey, Kevin, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a copy?
Certainly.
Hey, man, second race here in the TNT series, and you finished third, man. How was the race tonight?
I was surprised that it went green. Everybody did a great job. Really some good racing. It was strategy. That's what it came down to. And I pitted 3 or 4 laps before those guys did. Slid through my pit, so that screwed up my strategy right there. And so when I came out, I pushed it way too hard, and those guys just got away. Within, a couple more laps, Brandon would have gotten me for third. I needed a caution.
Everybody, but I think probably Carl and maybe Josh until right there at the end wanted a caution.
Yep, but like I said, it was very, very surprised how good everybody did, and because it's a tough track. Atlanta's a tough track, especially in the ARCA cars, because those tires are gone in 5 to 6 laps, man.
And that's one thing. Okay.
I was gonna say, how was your car like at the very beginning of the race? At the start, was it like slippery and super slippery to you, like it was to me?
Super slippery. I tried to be very patient on that first run. About the first 15 to 18 laps, I really was not pushing it. If anybody would have got up, I think Chris was behind me. If he would have come up and wanted to pass me, I was going to let him go. And then I don't know, after about 18 laps, I kind of started getting a little more aggressive with it. But yeah, it was pretty slippery.
Yeah, we saw it. I mean, we've seen quite a few people, try to push it on that low line coming out of turn 2 whenever they're near somebody. I mean, along with the track being slippery, the aerodynamics difference of being on that low line and having somebody on the outside, you saw the rear end kind of kick out on quite a few cars there. So, I mean, Atlanta's a tough track, and it eats up tires, and that's what I like about it. I'm not sure what we're going to see next year when they repave it and get a nice new slick surface and higher degree banking and all that goodness that's going to be changing. But, we're going to have a different story to talk about next year here in the broadcast of the tire treatment.
Yep, sure will. And that was one of the things that I like about tire strategy. I think I can conserve my tires pretty good. I like the long runs. I really do. I like to, I think I have a good strategy of saving them. And, 10 to 15, 20 laps into the run, I'm usually a little bit quicker than a lot of the guys, but you don't get that long runs all the time.
Yeah, it was surprising. I know, like everybody stated, surprised we went green flag the whole entire way. I'll see if Cup can do it this weekend. That'd be great. I'd love to see the Cup Series run green flag from start to finish on Sunday, because I mean it takes a huge tire strategy. But I know nobody wanted to be that guy tonight. And after last week's abysmal caution fest at Daytona, everybody wanted to come and didn't want to be that guy here in Atlanta.
Yeah, they sure didn't. It's and like I said, I like the tire strategy, and I like the full fuel load in these cars, because then the tire strategy plays more into the TNT races than what it does actually in the Cup. Because in the Cup, you get maybe 35 laps. Here, man, you could, like what Tim did. If that would have played out right for Tim would have been right there.
Yeah, I mean, it would have worked out. And like you said, yeah, I wish somehow iRacing could emulate if you do 65% fuel, that, once you get to that 65% fuel mark, your tires are at zero, kind of somehow do that type of formulation in the back end out of it. So, no matter what fuel load you choose, that's your fuel cycle and that's your tire cycle. So it makes that full fuel tire cycle go a lot different than any other one, so it kind of matches it. But unfortunately, it does not. So if you do 65%, you lose out on that 40% of racing on old tires.
Sure do. That was a good night. Had fun, and looking forward to running with these guys. A lot of them are new and learning, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, kind of like the old days, huh?
Yep, kind of like the old days. You guys have a good night, man. Thanks for everything that you do for the league.
Yeah.
Timothy St. Jean just commented and said after that long run, almost a whole entire fuel run, he had 8% tire wear left on the right front. So that's what he had after the whole entire run. So he ran it down.
Yes, he did. I was at 33 on that last run. 33.
I gotcha. All right, man. Well, you have a great night, man. We'll see you out on the track here shortly on the Cup Series.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
All righty, Randy. Go ahead and send us out for the night.
All right, you've been watching the Ghostfire Media Network, and this has been the AOLL TNT division, sponsored by the Guitar Addict. And we hope you've enjoyed that, and we hope you'll join us for Sunday night's racing in the Cup division, and also tomorrow night we're going to have the Ghostfire Media Network. The podcast is tomorrow night. I'm not sure who's going to be at that one. I'm sure Adam will be there, and Carl, and maybe Josh. I know I won't be, but we'll see. It's going to be a good cast of characters as always. So join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for the Ghostfire Media podcast. And from always, you've been watching the Ghostfire Media Network, and we'll see you next week. Since so long from the Sunshine State.
You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.